Hello everyone, this is Kevin, your entrepreneur, and let's talk about a story that broke that there's a little bit of conflict on how true this is. I just want to state that up front that there is conflict and this isn't as confirmed as it could be. But according to sites like Recode and TechCrunch and the New York Times, a Uber employee, a higher up for Uber East Asia, has been terminated. I don't know if he was one of the 20 that was terminated a couple days ago or if he was just recently terminated because he actually looked up a rape case from an Uber rider. An Uber passenger claimed that she was raped by an Uber driver. He got the information. It was very sensitive information, and rather than reporting it to the police like he probably should have, he actually shared it internally with people in Uber, not to actually do anything, but just to show it off. Like he thought it was funny or something. And where the controversy comes is how much of this, of course, is true. Because, that is such an extreme case. That is a very, very extreme case. I mean, here's the thing. And this happened a while ago. Apparently this happened like 2015 or something like that. And he just got fired for this. So people are saying, well, if this had actually happened, maybe someone he showed it to would have actually contacted the police or contacted Uber HR and, tried to get something fixed about this because this was wrong. He's handling a customer's private information. On the other hand, this isn't too out of line with what Uber's culture is known to do. They are known to harass, bully, and belittle. The fact Uber wouldn't comment on the story, but the fact that they fired said employee in question and he had a fairly high position in Uber East Asia does speak volumes that maybe there's some truth behind it. And the reason I want to talk about it is because this is what Uber... How should I put this? See, Uber's kind of like they're reforming. They're trying to reform. They're trying to change their culture. They're trying to do this, trying to do this. And the fact that this could even happen and it could go unpunished for so long speaks volumes to what their culture actually is. It speaks very, very loudly what the culture actually is. And I mean, Uber has finally been hiring people on, but look at how many people actually left the company once Uber got their hand caught in the cookie jar, so to speak. They left because they probably know there's no steering this ship. There is nothing steering this ship. And I'm going to link to the articles below so you can read the sources. And I'm actually going to include maybe 2 links so that because there's conflicting reports on how true this actually is. My stance on it is my stance that I see on every legal thing. There is no solid proof, so I have to have the benefit of the doubt that it didn't happen. But judging from all the other things that have been proven and all the things that Uber has admitted to doing, it is not terribly out of line with what has come before, so it wouldn't surprise me if this were true. And we're probably going to hear a lot more stories like this because when you start firing people for these offenses, reporters are going to start asking, why were you fired? What was your offense? And these people know that Uber is, they're a little tender at the moment. It's like, the wound is open and they're trying to stitch it up and they're trying to put a Band-Aid on it. But you know what? They haven't sewn it up. The Band-Aid hasn't healed. Wound is fresh. Strike. Share the story. It just, every time a story like this gets shared, it's like it pulls a stitch out. Uber hires 2 female top-level employees to fix their culture problem with women and people of different ethnicities to stitch a sewn. Story comes out about a guy who was carrying around passenger's sensitive information about a rape that she had complained about and showing it to Uber employees for fun, not to actually help, and doing nothing about it. Remove a stitch. You can see where this is heading, right? So, for whatever it's worth, that's one of the things being talked about. And I don't know if it's true or not. There's been no solid evidence presented, but the fact that it aligns perfectly with other Uber stories from the past that have been proven, and the fact that Uber terminated the employee does suggest that this more than likely did happen, rather than it more than likely did not happen. But what do you folks think? Do you think this happened? Do you think it didn't happen? Do you agree with what Uber's response, basically? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, please consider becoming a Patreon or buying some swag from the Great Media Universe store. It does help a lot. And as always, flame responsibly, and oh yeah, hashtag delete Uber.